Okay. In a previous video, I mentioned that I don't drink. That is true. I haven't had alcohol for a few years. I used to drink, and I'm not the kind of person that chooses not to drink and then goes on about being sober. Nope. It's not a sober choice. It's a... I don't know. I just don't want to drink. Like and I'm not. It's not like a blanketing all the time. It's just it's a hindsight observation. It's been a few years, kind of thing. So I'm not against alcohol. I have drank in the past. I am not a frequent drinker by any means. I think the most I've drank in my life is like 3 days in 1 week. Yeah. So drinking and I are not like big things. I would think in the time I have drinking alcohol, it's been more like drank alcohol. It's been more like an average of like I'll have alcohol 1 day every 3 to 4 months, something. So like alcohol and I are like very infrequent. Yeah. But I enjoy it. I can't drink beer because I'm allergic to wheat and beer tastes weird and stuff like that. But this is a long, so I'm talking about kind of my history there and explaining something I said in a previous video. Why the topic of this video is my first pub crawl. So I've talked in the past about my first wine tasting and my first wine tour. I think I put those both in one video, and that was first time that was in South Africa. My first pub crawl was it was 7 pubs / bars plus or minus 1, and a pub crawl is going from bar or pub or whatever to bar to pub to whatever and hitting a certain number. So I think it was 7. I'm gonna go with 7. It was a 7 approximately plus or minus 1. And or 2. I think it was 7 or 8. It was not double digits, so I put a max on that is like 9. It was my first year of graduate school. I'm a geologist and geophysicist. It's my undergrad degree. And my graduate school, I was doing geophysics, and the earth science community is notorious for its not drinking culture, but just enjoying alcohol, which is different than a drinking culture. And so we went out, and it was the first year, and it was like at the beginning of the semester, and it was like a bonding thing for the students. And so we went to approximately 7. I made it to all of them. I made it to all of the stops. I was trying out different mixed drinks, so I got one, and then I was like, whoa, that was strong, and I don't think I had the mixed drink before. But kept going, and I made it to the end, and not everybody made it to the end. There was like a trickling off as we went. And we went to places that had food, so we could get food like sliders. I think I got food twice or something like that. I think. I'm not certain. And then, but the place I do remember the best with the food was the barbecue. And I had one of my office mates, actually my first year, we were at this table and we'd gotten barbecue, and he was sitting there like this, and he fell asleep. And I took a picture. And like, there was just, it was a very much a bonding opportunity, and like, welcome to graduate school at the University of California, Berkeley. #1 program, this is what we do. But not everybody's done a pub crawl or knows what it is, and it's just, that's my experience. It's kind of a short experience. It's kind of it's like a walking from bar or pub to bar or pub. It's like a crawl, because once intoxicated, it might be more like a crawl. That's kind of like using the word crawl because we pick ourselves up so that we're not crawling by the end. We're trying to leave in a walking capacity. So that, and I did, and I made it all the way. I think there was me and one other or two other first years that made it. So it was, yeah. I don't remember all the details, but I also didn't get drunk. It's just, it was a while ago, and there were a lot of people and a lot of new people. And so, not being able to remember it all for actually a different reason. But I did drink. It was just more, I hadn't been to these bars or pubs before, so they were all new, and I was just like, I'm gonna do like a little bit kind of at each place. And I don't know if I got something at every place because I don't drink beer. So that is one thing I do not drink blanketly. I don't drink beer whatsoever. So when we were going, it was actually kind of pre-selected for me, like, because some of the places only had beer. There's a, I drink hard alcohol, like spirits and stuff. And so I kind of had, based on the itinerary of pubs and bars, it was kind of chosen for me where I got to drink alcohol. So it was like, I didn't have to worry about getting drunk because I was just like, as long as I drink in moderation at each place that does have hard alcohol or in spirits, I did fine. Some people got really hammered, but it was overall a fun experience. And yeah, it was my first pub crawl. I have done another since. I did not make it to the end though.